Hey everybody, I'm Amy Hughes and welcome to my kitchen in Savannah, Georgia. Tonight I'm going to share with you one of my absolute favorite recipes, Savannah Shrimp and Grits. And I have found this wonderful new Philadelphia cooking cream that makes it absolutely delicious, and it cuts your prep time in half. So let's get started. Come on over here to the stove and we're going to make our grits. Now, we in the South know our grits, and the most important thing to know is never, ever, ever use instant grits. You gotta use stone ground speckled grits. So, what we're gonna do, we'll take 3 cups of water and put it in a very nice pan there. And then we're gonna take 3 cups of heavy cream. This is really decadent. Do not count the fat calories in this baby. These will be the most delicious grits that you've ever had in your whole life. And then we add in, heaven forbid, a stick of butter. Let's let that boil, and then we'll add our salt and pepper and season it, and then we'll put our grits in. So let's turn this on. And the most important thing is keep your heat low because you don't want to scorch your grits. Now, moving on, the next step is we're gonna fry some bacon. Fry, baby, fry. All right, we are frying our bacon. Now let's step on over here and we're gonna prepare our peppers. The way I like to cut peppers is to cheat, truthfully. Pull this out, then we slice this, then we're gonna get rid of that little rib in there because you know that's not the good tasting part. And then we're gonna slice our peppers here. And I'm gonna use my handy dandy chopper because it is perhaps one of the most fun kitchen tools that I own, because you can really work out your frustrations with it. Hold on. Voila. My husband says that I always like to use my chopper while he's taking a nap. And there we go. Nice, perfectly diced peppers. Aren't they gorgeous? All right, our cream still heating up over here. All right, let's move on over here to our shrimp. So we have these gorgeous shrimp. They are already peeled and deveined, and that is the only way to go. This is about 1.5 pounds of shrimp. I'm gonna put it in my bowl here. I've got them nice and dry, so there's none of that shrimp juice that's with them. We're gonna take our lemons, these beautiful lemons. Whoops! I'm gonna take one, and we're gonna chop it in half. And I like to cut the ends off of it too. There we go. And then I'm going to pop it in my little lemon press, and we're going to squeeze it. Now we'll add in our second lemon here. Just sprinkled all over that. Look, you can see the shrimp actually sort of cooking already, because that's the way shrimp do. I like my shrimp and grits to have a bit of a kick, so we're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. All right, we'll let that sit for a few minutes. And let's go check on our bacon. All right, cooked bacon, we're hungry. So while we're waiting on this bacon to fry, and it seems to be taking a bit longer than necessary, let me share with you my philosophy about bacon. Bacon makes men happy. I have 3 sons and a husband, and when I'm cooking bacon, it actually gets them out of bed in the morning, which is quite miraculous for an 18-year-old and a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old. So our butter and our cream are all melted and combined. So we're going to take our delicious stone ground grits. Now remember, you can't use your quick grits on this. You got to use your stone ground grits. Some people like to rinse their grits. I don't think that's always necessary, but you can do whatever you like to do. So we've got a cup of grits here. We're going to add them in here just a little bit at a time. Sprinkle those grits down on in there. We're going to cook this for about 30 minutes. And we'll check on it periodically so it doesn't boil, because whatever you do, do not scorch your grits. Now we're going to season our shrimp and grits. It's nice and boiling. We'll put in about 1 teaspoon and 1/4, that would be 1/2, here's 1/4, of salt. And then about 1/2 teaspoon of white pepper. Ooh, white pepper, I like to do that You kind of have to stir that in. There you go. So it doesn't clump up. So the bacon is finally done. We're going to pour off our extra grease here. Just going to pour it in this little cup, a metal cup, and we'll save that for later. And I've left just enough bacon grease in there to cook my red peppers with. Got our red peppers here, and we're going to dump them in there. Ooh, and we're going to cook them. There we go. Stir that around. Now the beauty of using cooking cream with this recipe is that typically what you would do is you would take that bacon grease and you would make a roux, which means that you would add some flour to it. You would let that get nice and brown, and then you would add some stock to it. It would thicken up and you would use that as the sauce for your shrimp and grits. However, with Philadelphia cooking cream, all I have to do is put this cooking cream in there with the shrimp and it will be absolutely perfect. So you can see our shrimp are already turning pink because of the heat of the cayenne pepper and the lemon juice. So I'm going to drain them in the strainer here. And we're going to add this to our peppers, a little bit at a time. Now the thing with shrimp is they cook really quick. So the very last thing in the world that you ever want to do is overcook your shrimp. So we're going to cook these really fast. I'm going to turn up my heat a little bit. And we're going to stir this constantly so that it gets nice and pink. You may not be used to shrimp and grits, but here in the South, we like to have them for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. Sunday night shrimp and grits, ooh, good stuff. So the easier the recipe, the better. So now it is time for the star of the show. Our shrimp are perfectly cooked. They're almost done. You don't want to cook them until they're all the way done because that will be awful. So here we are going to add into there our Philadelphia cooking cream original flavor. The original is going to make it so creamy and delicious. And the flavors aren't going to compete with the cayenne and the lemon that's already in there. It's going to be so complimentary. Look at this. This is so easy to use. You just spoon it in there and stir it up. And look at it just melting in there perfectly with that shrimp. Ooh, that is blending perfect. Look at that sauce. I could work for hours and hours and I wouldn't be able to churn out a sauce like that. So what I really love about this product is you can use it in so many recipes. I mean, it's so versatile. You could put it in to your manicotti, you can put it into your ravioli, you can use it as a simple sauce for pasta, works wonderfully for chicken or with pork chops. Now look at here. This is exactly the right consistency, and we didn't have to go through all the hassle of making a roux and thickening it up. It's exactly right. Wow, that is so delicious. It's got just the right kick to it, and the creaminess of it all combined with the red pepper and the shrimp. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm just going to stand here and eat this. Forget the shrimp. Just give me a straw. Okay, so everything is just about ready. I'm going to fix some garnishes for our shrimp and grits here. I'm going to do a little bit of green onion. Just to sprinkle a little bit on the top to give it some color because it always looks so pretty. And then we're going to crumple our bacon here because crumpled bacon is what we need for this. So there we go. All right, everything is ready. So let's take a scoop of our beautiful grits here. Ooh, look at that. You know what? I'm going to put a little bit more than a scoop in there. Then we're going to top it. These gorgeous shrimp and get a lot of that yummy, delicious Philly sauce in there. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to garnish it with some shredded cheese. This is an Italian blend, but you can use whatever flavors you like. And then bacon, of course. Look at that. That gives it some wonderful texture. And then just a little bit of green pepper. And here you are, your delicious Savannah shrimp and grits. Oh. This is heaven. This is the perfect family night supper. And I hope you will cook it for your family, and I hope they love it. Thanks so much, and thank you, Philly. 'Cause I can bring home the bacon.